2 weeks ago, I dyed my hair Dua Lipa Cherry Cola Red. It was one of the most spectacular hair colors ever, and I was so incredibly curious how exactly it was going to fade out. I haven't dyed my hair since. I don't know how the hell my hair ended up this color from this color, but let's refresh it today with some incredibly vivid purples. Okay, so number one, I changed my contact lens type. This is, I believe, Hawaiian Blue, and it is bright. It is vivid. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like her. It's a bit different from my normal Egyptian blue lenses. I think they're a bit much. But anyways, I'm gonna link them down below. They're by TTDI. All of my lenses, yes, I wear lenses, are from TTDI. You can use my coupon code. You'll get some discounts. This one is a weird one. Number two. Since I dyed my hair Cherry Cola Red and everyone proclaimed that it is the best hair color ever, hands down 100% agree. It faded to this. My hair fades a lot, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. But the one thing about hair fading is that you never really know what you're gonna get. But something to consider is that it'll kind of fade into whatever color you had underneath, and then underneath that, and so on and so forth. I know I had blue underneath because I put green, actually, all over my previously orange hair. Somehow the blue is so potent on the ends that the rest of the very deep magenta red hair that I dyed my hair with has since ended up cotton candy blue. I love it. Oh my god, I love it so much. A lot of you ask me, how do you dye your hair so much? I use semi-permanent hair colors. The thing with semi-permanent hair colors, they fade. They fade. Normally they fade ugly as hell, but if you, like me, dye your hair all the colors of the rainbow, sometimes you get this. You know what else has faded since then? My roots. And believe it or not, it is the exact same reason my ends faded, but on the complete opposite spectrum of it. Today I'm going to be teaching you all about porosity. So I'm a very, very, very fond lover of my beloved color wheel. But sometimes color theory means absolute because of something known as porosity. Big word, very simple meaning. It literally just means how open the hair is and how much product or water it lets in or out. Contrary to most other things in life, low porosity, very good. High porosity, very bad. I'm gonna let you give a guess, because these two are on two different spectrums of porosity. One is very high, one is very low. Give a guess which is which. In both these cases, the color did not stick to the hair, but it's because of two completely different reasons. In normal virgin hair cases, which is hair that has been growing from the hair, unencumbered by anything, with no chemical products or dyes or stains applied to it, the hair is very low porosity. The cuticle is completely shut, the hair is intact, it is shiny, glossy, thick, healthy, natural colored. When the hair is like this, the hair is in its best shape possible, but it's also probably in the worst shape possible if you are into your hair coloring. That is because when your hair is very low porosity and closed, dyes cannot stick to it or enter it. In my case, all of the dye over here that I applied on my roots pretty much faded away because there was nothing for it to grip to. The hair is just so closed, so shut, that any of the larger dye stains that I put on it from my dyes stayed for a little bit, but ultimately had nothing to grab to, and so it faded. You might be telling me it also faded because my roots are naturally darker, but that is incorrect, because you can have level 5 dyed brown hair, and if you go over it with a very, very warm orange or a copper or a pink or a blue, it is still going to stain it, because porosity still makes a lot of difference in how much your hair dye is gonna stick. Even though this part of my hair is pretty similar in depth to this part, color stuck to here didn't really stick to here. Funnily enough, the same exact thing is happening here, but on the complete opposite spectrum. This part of my hair constantly keeps fading. That is because this has been dyed and bleached and chemically treated over and over and over and over again. But as a result, this has now very, very high porosity. It is very open. It is very slutty. It is opening and welcoming everybody in to party, to stay, but for a little short time. Because the thing with high porosity here is that because it is open, it's gonna stay open, meaning hair dye gonna go in, gonna go straight back out, which is why all of the red and greens and whatever else colors I put on it faded and we are left with blue. Why are we left with blue? Some dyes are stronger than others. They stain more. They have a bit more potency when it comes to it. Red's always gonna fade the quickest. The blues and greens tend to stick the most. In my case, I kind of like it. I don't mind it. But that is why porosity is affecting how my hair dye is sticking to my hair on two completely different ends. Ideally, you have medium porosity hair, which is this level. This level of hair I have never bleached. I haven't really touched it with anything other than permanent color. Permanent color has just enough developer put into it to open the hair a tiny bit, like the door is a tiny bit ajar, to let in a slight breeze, but not enough for the hair to completely fall out and the hair to look dry. But it is just a bit open. Now that we have an in-depth lesson about porosity, we're gonna completely ignore it because ultimately I don't really care and I still like trying new things out. So, although I should go in with permanent dye on my roots because I just said that my porosity is very low, today I'm gonna be going in with Arctic Fox's Purple Rain and Wrath Ritual. Two very, very pretty colors. Why? Because I want to see what happens. And because technically color theory still plays a way in here. And these two are dark enough that they should still be able to leave a bit of a staining agent even on my completely virgin hair. It's not going to last long and I'm fine with that because I have a very cool color plan. But for the next week or so, we should have just enough purple to not have ugly roots. This was a lot of information given in a very little time span. No wonder some of you are commenting, too much talking. I get it, okay? I tire myself out. All right. Now right now you might be wondering, has the world gone flat? Has it stopped spinning? What the hell's going on? Because Stella hates purple, detests it. I really can't get behind the color. Still, to this day, I'm being immature. Do you know why? It's because it is a mix. Purple is a mix of literally these two colors. And to me, I like these separate, just like they are now. This fake. This is fake. This shouldn't exist, but it does. Okay, it's a very common color. The reason I want to try it today is because it also kind of seems fitting. There's blue, there's then red, and then imagine a nice, beautifully like semi-blended stripe of purple. I don't really have any ideas for today other than to see if we can actually cover low porosity hair with a semi-permanent dye, because so many people ask me, oh, can we dye hair if we don't bleach it? We're gonna find out, genuinely, we're gonna find out. I say we can, but I'm also not always right. Let's do this. So I had the insane privilege to attend Malta Fashion Week once again this year, something that I am cordially invited to because I am an influencer, which is something that I find really funny because I was there. And you're amongst some of the most glamorous people on the entire island. Now, Malta's a small island, right? We shouldn't have this much glamour, but we do, right? People pull it out for Fashion Week. And I'm always like, I get imposter syndrome to this day. I've been attending now for nearly 10 years, but to this day, I get pretty severe imposter syndrome thinking, what the hell am I doing here? I have literally zero class, zero fashion sense. I have nothing but a name. But I was just seeing all of these incredibly stylish, especially women, that I'm like drooling over, but at the same time, incredibly intimidated by. I still have no idea how to compliment a woman. That being said, I'm not much better with men. I literally went up to a friend of mine and said the words, "You look nice." Insanely styled, beautiful pieces pieced together, and the best I could come up with was, "You look nice." Proving to myself yet again that I am the person with the worst social skills. The other day I had this lady come up to me whilst I was in Valletta. She came up to me all excitedly because she recognized me from YouTube or Instagram or wherever. She's like, "Hi, oh my God, I love your content. I love what you do. I'm a very big fan. I'm here actually because of you." And I'm like, haha. Like in my mind, it really freaks me out that you guys know who I am. It's very, very unsettling. But then I wish her well, and it was her honeymoon, I think. So I was like, you know, have fun, have a good time. Don't let me stop you. and enjoy Malta, which is really fun. Malta's a vibe. Anyways, I mixed the two colors together and we have a beautiful eggplant shade. I still cannot do raw purple ever, so this is what we've settled on. Clearly you can still see there's red pigments right there, right there. It's very similar actually to the very rest of my hair. I couldn't do raw purple. I cannot. I hate it. I hate it so much. Mix the two colors together. I'm really not eyeballing anything. I have with me my Kaleidos bowl and my very cute Khadi Beauty literal paintbrush looking hairbrush, and I'm just gonna apply it all over my roots only and see how far that gets me. So bon appetit, babies. Let's see if porosity matters. It looks like a galaxy. I'm actually so excited to see this look. Roots look extremely dark. How much they're actually going to cover my roots is going to be something that only time will tell. So now I want to leave this whole thing on for an hour. I topped up my ends with a tiny bit of aquamarine since I know it's going to fade even more with this wash. But I'm hoping that we're going to end up with something pretty cool, and I have a feeling very galaxy inspired. Very galaxy coded. I don't know. I like these colors together. Whether I like the purple, we'll find out in 3, 2, 1.
She's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that you'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space.
And here's the look. I happen to really like this look. And this is unexpected because this was meant to be just a refill, kind of a quick fix sort of a hair look, but I actually really like this. So despite the fact that my roots are very low porosity, meaning they are very, very closed off, dark, and typically difficult to dye, the dye that I used still managed to penetrate just enough and leave just enough of a stain behind to turn my roots completely berry red. There's not much purple going on except for the underside of my hair. This side I will kind of consider quite purple, but the rest of my head overall pretty much still features very much a red berry aesthetic, which I am absolutely fine with and happy with because it suits me great and I hate purple. The ends of my hair then are vivid electric blue, which is actually extremely surprising because aquamarine in general isn't that deep of a color, and it's also still something that tends to shift a tiny bit more greeny. What I think happened was that the intensity of the dye on my roots was so much that as I was rinsing it off, it then still penetrated and mildly shifted the end color to this pretty nice blue. So, in conclusion, dye your hair and perform science experiments. Nonetheless, even if you think you know the answer to something, you should still try, because theory and practice, two very, 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 very different things, especially in the hair industry. And I am the #1 first person to admit that. So obviously go at things a tiny bit with caution so you don't fry your hair. But in this case, we understood the physics behind it. We understood what the worst that could happen was, and it was more just playing around with colors. So all of the products that I used are going to be linked down the description box below, and you can also shop any of my Stellari brushes and use code FREESHIP. Anywhere in the world that you are living, you can get anything you want with completely free shipping. So this one's on me. I promise. This one's on me. Also, a very, very fun new update. If you are not a native English speaker and you're actually a native Portuguese, Spanish, or French speaker, I actually have 3 brand new YouTube channels dubbed all into these languages. So if you prefer seeing any of my content in any of those languages, you now can.
Estoy atravessando una ruptura, por lo que hoy cambiaré completamente el color de mi cabello. Este é o meu cabelo no momento. Está seco, está danificado, está crescendo demais. Parce que je suis déterminée à tomber amoureuse de cette couleur de cheveux, entrons dans la vidéo.
It is absolutely mind-blowing to see this because it is using some insane AI technology to do it and an incredible team of people to bring these videos to life, but it is a brand new Stella Cini experience if your native language is not English. So if you want to watch those, or you genuinely want to practice your Portuguese, Spanish, or French, this is a very, very exciting opportunity to do so. I am going to be linking all 3 channels down the description box below. I urge you to follow them and show support because there's so much work that goes into these videos. It always brings me so much joy to be able to connect with such a massive audience. Being someone from a very, very, very tiny island to reach every corner of the earth is a pretty spectacular thing and something that I'm kind of proud of as to building my legacy. I'm off now because I must show off my look to the world. And if anyone's going to ask about the makeup look, it is just silver foil glitters that I just stuck to my face. It's really nothing special. I think I get these for free every time I buy contact lenses. Oh, and I changed out my contact lenses. I'm going to be linking those down below as well, and you can use my coupon code if you want the same exact eye color as mine. They're from TTDI, and they're the best. They're the only ones I use. Look at this color. That is beautiful. Look how well it blended. If you haven't already, join the Stellar Fam. Let's learn a thing or two together. There's always so much fun coloring that I have in mind. And my next hair color, I fear, might include some bleaching because I'm kind of over the dark period. So if you want to suggest any fun new hair color or transition to a new color, please comment down below. I am back to reading your comments. So as long as you're not cussing me out, I will honor your requests. And if you're cussing me out, I will cuss back. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll give it a go. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! Look how well it goes with my tattoo. Stunning. Oh my god. Absolutely obsessed with this. Everything. Everything. The cut, the styling, the color, baby, everything.